Hi everyone, today we are discussing an interesting problem called treasure hunt. So this is about a trail where there is a sequence of stones and each stone has a number written on it. These numbers on consecutive stones can be different from the previous one just by any of the two numbers. So in this particular example, in the image, we are having 10 and 100. So there can be any number. So for example, as we said, first one would always be 0. The second one can have a value of 10 and 100. And if the second one has 10, then the third one can have a value of 20 or 110. Or if the second one had a value of 100, the second one or the third one would have a value of 110 and 200 or 200. So the idea is to guess if you are given certain number of stones, that you need to figure out what are going to be the possible values on the last stone, all the values that are possible on the last stone. So we will be using this four stones as an example to elaborate the problem. And in this video, we will be only discussing the problem. And this problem is we have taken from HackerRank. So we said we will be using four stones to explain this problem, and the value which the consecutive stones can differ from, in this case one of the values is 10 and we are calling it A, and the second possibility of the difference is 100. So starting from the first stone, which is going to have a value of 0, let's say the second stone has a difference of 10. So the value on the second stone would be 10, value on the third stone would be 20, and value on the fourth stone would be 30. So 30 is one of the possible value that we will have in this particular configuration on the last stone. But that is not the only value, because the differences possible are 10 and 100. So let's go one step at a time, and we'll be taking the last stone first. So the difference we have seen is 10, and now we'll see what happens when we have a value of the difference of 100 between the third and the fourth. So the value becomes 120. 20 plus 100 becomes 120. Now the next thing is, because we in all the configurations the difference between the third and the fourth would be 10 and 100, and now we have seen the difference between second and third as 10. So let's see what happens if the value between, or the difference between second and third becomes 100. So when the difference between second and third becomes 100, once again the value in the third stone would become 110, and fourth stone would be 120 and 210, because in one case the difference would be 10 and another case the difference would be 100. And we have seen now that we have only the cases between the first and second stone having a difference of 10. Another possibility is 100. So once again everything has to be repeated. So let's see what happens when the difference between the first and the second becomes 100. So here you see the first configuration. So the difference, the second stone would always have a value of 100. Third would have either 110 or 200. For each 110, the value would be 120 and 210, and for 200 on the third stone, the value on fourth is 210 and 300. So let's see what all possible values that we have on the last stone. So one is 30, second one is 120, third is 210, and fourth is 300. So this becomes our answer. So our guess is any of these if that 30, 120, 210 and 300, if we have guessed it and we have programmed results in this input as these as a result, then we have successfully solved this problem. So I hope you would be happy trying this problem, and share your code. Thank you. Till next time. Bye bye.